What's up, everybody? It is 8:32, but we started a countdown at 8:30. So you know what? I'm gonna count that as getting started on time. That makes like I don't know how many days in a row. Well, hang on. Let me take that back. Last week we weren't on time. That was kind of my bad, and we had some technical issues. But look, we're back Tuesday like clockwork. I'm seeing all my viewers in the comment section over here give me their numbers. For those that are wondering why people say they are the POS listener number 9 or 14 or whatever, if y'all remember, there was a little podcast called the Chief and Sean Show, and this whole thing started about the listeners having their numbers, POS listener number 9, and you had your own number for when you listen to the show. So that's what that's all about. We're keeping the dream alive. We're keeping the Tuesday nights going. I've got a special guest, Kamikaze Chris, in the house. Can you hear me?
What's up, brother?
Hey.
Hey,
Good
buddy.
to see you. Hey, yeah. Yeah, it is the Chris Squared show right now. Like, it doesn't get any better than the Chris Squared show. That's what we got going.
Am I
Look,
blurry?
man.
Am I blurry?
You're good. You're good. You look great on my end. I wouldn't worry about it. You look good.
Okay. Thanks, man. I've been working on this.
Yeah, dude. You look good.
When this show started, I was a young man, and now, like, I'm getting old.
Yeah, no, dude. You look great. You make me look bad. Like I gotta have a car in the background just to look good. So you're doing great.
I'm legit. I'm sitting in my kitchen, like,
What are you cooking? What are you drinking? What's up? What you got?
So
I'm drinking.
I've watched a few of your shows, and so I wasn't sure. So I came prepared. I brought a few things. I've got my typical. You see me anywhere. I usually have one of these in my hand, and I sip on this all day. It's great. Or I'm a Miller Lite guy. So if you're gonna drink a cold beer, I'm gonna drink cold beer with you, sir.
Cold beer.
Yeah, cold beer.
Yeah, there you go.
Do you remember that race? I think that No Prep Kings race we were at when I scattered the rods in the elco. Was that was it Arizona or something?
I think it was either Colorado or Arizona, one of those places out west. Yeah.
You remember that? We went pretty hard that night.
Yeah. We I don't remember what exactly happened, but I do know that there was some music played in the pits. People were getting mad. It was a big mess for sure. But yeah, man.
Whose golf cart did we fucked up somebody? Can I cuss? I don't want to slip. Okay?
Yeah, you're good. You're good. I mean, there's only a couple kids watching. I wouldn't worry about it.
I remember all knows me and you. I remember me and you walking around. And I remember my car I had the oil pan off of it. I just let it sit there. And then me and Bobby, crazy old Bobby, and we were all hanging out. And then before the end of the night, someone's golf cart got stuck on top of a stacker trailer or something. I can't remember whose it was though.
Oh, whose was that? Was that Kai's? Was that Kai Kelly's? I don't know whose that was.
I can't remember. I know they were mad as hell the next morning.
Oh yeah, they were upset. They were pissed. But man, you brought up No Prep King, so I guess we can start there. Like,
okay.
Actually, let's talk more about Mega Cash Days first. Let's get that out of the way.
Okay.
And I want to first know you. I know you didn't participate in it, but still, I want to know your opinion on what you think about double elimination, 64 cars. I want you to tell me what you think about $100,000, of course. Tell me what you think. Give me your opinion, man.
So, I mean, we kind of came up racing the same way with the same people on the street stuff. I mean, I haven't really counted back to how long I've known you and seen you race, and we've all been together doing this. But I mean, I'm talking, it's at least over 15 years, I want to say. So, I mean, for guys like us to have the chance to go racing something like Mega Cash Days and with all the original crew there, even though I crashed my junk before that thing, I mean, it's a chance to win some huge money. And then all the fastest guys are there. The double elimination thing has always been kind of something that's a little different to me because, typically Cash Days, you lose, you're done. And this thing, you can go out there and you kind of get a lick on the road. You can still kind of buy back in, and also still win some legit money. So I like everything about that. And I think it's cool that you're doing it some of the first ones I was at with Chief. I didn't have a car that was that fast back then. So as some of the first ones I was at that you were putting on, and you guys down there in Texas. It's kind of cool seeing you do it. You do a good job. And then, you know, to be honest, it sucks I didn't get to be there. Like, I was butthurt. Like, that was not cool.
Yeah, man.
Nothing worse than watching your friends race and getting to see videos of all your friends up there driving, and then talk like I'm talking to Sean every couple of days, like, what the hell are you doing? What's going on? And he's telling me about so-and-so crashed or this happened, or, you know, racing everybody, and you're sitting there at home and my car's crashing. It's like, God, it makes you hate life.
Yeah, dude. Well, hey, you know what? I mean, you know, I was there, but I didn't get to race either. You know, I got to watch my car be raced by someone else. I'm going to use the term race loosely because it really did terrible. And we'll talk about that more here in a little bit. But, you know, I got to watch my car make some half passes past me. So, I mean, I was kind of right there with you, but at least I was there. So, you know, I was having a good time. But
the only thing about that I missed is the cold.
Yeah, dude. It was crazy. The craziest thing about that was it would be like 75 or 80 degrees during the day. And then at night, the bottom would fall out and it'd be like 40. So, you know, you're testing during the day and then the weather conditions are completely different. You know, it's just Nebraska weather for you. And it really smelled like shit in that town. I don't know if it was because it was like a beet farm or like a cow manure, whatever farm. I don't know. Something was there that smelled really bad. Dude,
it was so bad. It was. I pulled into Nebraska wherever y'all were racing because I got there later on, and I pulled into that town. I was on the phone with someone. It was like 5 a.m, and I was like, "What in the is that smell? It smells like something died in my truck." I have my windows down. I commend those people who live in that area because there's no way in hell I could deal with that smell out there. It's crazy.
I think they're used to it, man. I really do, because I'll be honest, by like the 4th week of being there, like I didn't notice it no more. You know, you just kind of get used to it. So
it smells like butt. The whole town smells like butt. Oh, the whole town smells terrible. It was awful.
But look, man, Mega Cash Days. No, you can be drinking all you want. I'm drinking. Look, I even got one on deck. See, look at this. I saw some.
It's more my diet's out of control. I'm fluffy, like I was telling you, man. This is getting out of control. These cookies, I can't shake them. I can't put them cookies down, man.
Hey, man, that's the easiest weight loss for a race car is yourself.
I know.
Got to get in the gym, man.
I'm aerodynamic. I need to. Yeah, it's crazy because like when the show first started, I'm looking like a young man walking around feeling good, and now it's damn near been 8 years, and oh God, like I'm losing my hair, and then these wrinkles, like I don't know, I can't relax them, I can't even calm those down.
Yeah, stop frowning at me, dude. Why are you so mad at me?
How I look.
You're mad. Look at how mad you are. You got wrinkles on your head. You're pissed. Don't be mad at me.
I look like I have high blood pressure. You look white. I look like it's hot in here or something.
Well, I've got this bright light. That way you can't see all my wrinkles. Like I've got like a white light right there that's blinding me, but it's all good. You can't see like all my blemishes I got going on right here. So we good. But
I don't feel near as cool. I'm literally sitting at my kitchen table, and I've got my phone up against a Moroso box that just came in before we started this, and I haven't opened it, and it's driving me crazy. Like I'm just staring at it. So I think it's my valve covers, and all I want to do is open this damn box. It's driving me nuts.
Yeah. Well, by the end of the video, I'm going to have you open the box and show us what you got. That's going to be like our send-off to everybody. It's a surprise now.
That'll work.
Now I want to know what it is. I want to know what it is now. And I'm sure all the people over here want to know what it is in the comment section. So
it'll give away the motor going to the new car.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. You can give that away. I mean, people want to know. Right? Yeah. Look at that. They say they want to know. Yeah. Open it. Look at that. They're chanting. They are chanting in the comment section. Open it. So
I feel like, I see it. I see it. Sean Miller says open
it. All right. Look, real quick. Mega Cash Days. It was bracket number 4. It's the final bracket. You know, after last night, all the brackets are done. So we got a winner's bracket. We got a loser's bracket. You know, we had the first round winners were Eric Bain, and I don't know if you saw the Corey Cox Eric Bain race, but dude, that was literally like that close. I mean, that was the closest race up until that point of the entire tournament. And You know, Eric Bain took it. Great job for them there. I know they were struggling. You know,
I
Rankin
like
and
Eric.
Mario Andretti and Bobby also went on. And, you know, Bobby did beat James Finney. So I'm a little mad at Bobby for that. I was trying to ask him if he'd let us win. He would just kept telling me no, which is bullshit. But I
Well,
thought me and Bobby were
he's just being an
yeah,
asshole. Oh, Bobby.
yeah, be an asshole about it. So I was like, all right, well, whatever. I thought we were better than that. So, anyways, then the second round came around, and Rankin, Bobby, Anthony Smith, and Lee Roberts all advanced. And then the third and final round ended up being Anthony Smith and Bobby, who went on. So that locked it up. We've got the winners bracket. We've got the losers bracket. I want to talk real quick about James Finney. As you know, James Finney, you know, he wrecked his car a little bit before the Cash Days race. And, you know, he kind of hit me up about driving it. And I know me and you had some discussions about it too. And I know you kind of weren't, you were on the fence. And I get it, dude. Like, you know, you're going to take someone's, you know, in my case, you know, POS $50,000 car down the road. But, you know, there's still a lot of responsibility and a lot of, you know, you get pretty nervous and anxious about it when you're driving someone else's shit. Because, you know, if you wreck it, like, oh, damn, do I got to repair all this shit or what? But anyways, you know, me and Finney teamed up. And I can tell you, like, it wasn't for a lack of trying. Like, I want to show y'all some of the testing videos. Like, we probably made, I want to say, 15 to 20 passes in Nebraska in broad daylight. But go ahead and just show some of the videos. Like, man, some like they would go down, and then we go to race night, and they wouldn't do shit.
I want to see this test. I want to see.
There's one launch right there. That was a short row. We had to get off of it. Do another one. But see, it would already slow.
Hey, that wasn't too bad. Second rip.
That was literally, yeah, that was virgin concrete. The marks there were our burnouts, and that was it.
Did you know? Did you notice your tires when it was bumping? They were actually spinning.
Yeah,
I saw that. I was like, this thing's not going fucking nowhere. They made a pretty good pass. Yeah,
I mean, like, show some more, dude. I mean, we beat our head against the wall on this damn thing. Like how do you? Like, just leaving. Like, that was where it would already spin on the show and filming by the time it would leave. Like, that's what we were.
It did. There was like 4 wheel rotations before it even moved, and it still went down pretty good because that road was tricky as hell.
Yeah, but you know it. And then you get out on film night, and it doesn't go anywhere, and it's just like, you know, it wasn't for a lack of trying. You know, I feel bad for James Finney. Because, you know, I gave him a car that I thought was competitive. I mean, we had just came off list racing. I mean, you know, you had seen it.
Yeah, it looked good.
Passes. Yeah. And to go up there to do that was just real, I don't know. It was a real kick in the nuts. But it is what it is, man. That's racing. That's, you know, that's why they call it street racing, I guess.
Dude, I think it's pretty cool. It's a big thing if you know, after a guy crashes his car and he's sitting there and kind of wonder what the heck's going to happen. And then some guy like you, because it's not a $50,000 car, that's a damn nice car. And it's cool. It's cool that, you know, you let him drive it and all that different. I'm sure he was appreciative of you doing that. And he got a chance to go out there and race and stuff. But it does suck after all that work and hauling out there and all that testing. And then you're sitting there and think you have a few decent tune-ups for some, you know, roads that are kind of hard to predict. And they're moving back and forth on them and stuff. And then get out there, think it's going to go down, that it doesn't. That sucks. That's what's so frustrating after all that work. It's brutal.
Yeah. I mean, dude, you know, I can tell you my schedule wise, you know, I still have a normal job. So, you know, I was doing a lot of flying back and forth, flying into Denver, flying back to DFW. I mean, I was doing a whole bunch of travel. And I tell you what, I'd get off the airplane and James would be like, all right, let's go test. I'm like, all right, let's go. So we would test and test and test and test. And it was never like, I wouldn't say I might have got a total of like 9 hours of sleep the entire week I would be there. And then I come home.
I don't doubt you one bit. One thing I'll say about you is I've always known that you're down. I've never seen you turn down a race ever. Like me, I also was thinking the other day because I was thinking about you, and I was like, I don't think Boosted's ever turned down a race. I know me. I can't look back. I can't think of a time I've turned down a race. But I can imagine working as much as you were, plus doing all that, the time it takes, plus testing. I've seen you go days and days without sleep. I've been there at track, and you're by yourself, and I'm like, hey, want me to hold a flashlight? What are you doing? And I've done the same thing. How many times do you see me somewhere all by myself trying to get my car to work? It's ridiculous. That's why that's these wrinkles. That's what's going on.
That's
elco,
okay.
right?
So you're not mad. That's just
These are all elco, and then like this hairline I'm getting, that's elco too. Like that's all El Camino stuff. That's what. Before that, so much hair. After El Camino, got like half my damn hair.
Yeah, no hair. It all fell out.
It's seriously every day it's coming out.
Look, all right. Speaking of the elco, we got to talk about it.
Let's get it over with.
Let's get it over with, dude. I saw it in person. I was right behind your car when it launched. Dude, Chris, I still remember it, you know, before you made the pass, you were kind of like, it's ready, but I'm not sure. Like you were just kind of on the fence about, you know, making a hit down that road. Like, man, let's show the video and then let's talk about it. All right.
Okay.
If that's okay. Fuck, man. Dude. When I got to you, you were still sitting in the car.
Yeah.
Like, you were still sitting there.
Like,
sitting there.
So there's like a few weird things. I'll be honest. I'll tell you right now, I didn't watch the episode. I was at my shop working on the car, and I knew it was going to come on. I posted some stuff about it, but I won't lie, I didn't watch it. And it's one of those things where, like, even right there, and you see me, like, when I first jump out of the car, and like you said, there was a minute before I did that, and I finally get out of the car because I sat there for a minute, just, you know, you're kind of trying to gather yourself, and so I got up out of the car, and I know you haven't tore your stuff up like that. Like I went full send right there. But whenever everyone's sitting around, I just want to walk off in the damn field and just kind of go pout like a little baby. Just kind of have a moment to just be like,
be alone.
You know, it's just like fuck, you know. So that all happened, and going back to after I first crashed, I'm sitting there in the car. The thing finally stops, and I'm sitting there, and I was like, "What the hell were you doing?" And to be honest, after everything that had happened, I've crashed a few motorcycles and all kinds of stuff throughout my life. I've been hurt before pretty bad. So I'm sitting there, and I kind of did like a systems check. I was like, okay, my feet or legs are good. Everything's on my back. I'm not nothing. Everything's still there. Yeah. So I'm like doing like a check and making sure everything's still attached and we're good. And next thing I know, you're right there at my window. Dude, and I'll tell you this, man.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Like, here's one thing. One thing I've noticed with Street Outlaws, them guys need to hit some cardio machines. That's all I'm going to say.
It's so bad.
But man, dude, I was like, man, like, what's his name? Usain Bolt or whatever, man. I was, and like, I made it there. And yeah.
I want to say you were the first one in my car.
Yeah, I was like,
I want to say you were the first one.
Were you okay?
Yeah. It was just like that. I swear to God, that's exactly what I saw. Yeah. Well, except I'll tell you this, man. One thing about that whole crash is probably one of the things I'll never forget. So the whole passenger side of the car is ripped off. And so you can just walk up there and see me. And you came to the passenger side because you were going to try and get me out of the car, make sure I was okay. So I'm sitting there in the car, and I was doing that stupid systems check thing, trying to figure out the hell just happened. And I look over, and your face is there. And I'll tell you this, man. The look on your face will probably never leave me, because I'm not trying to call you out, but you look scared shitless. Like, you look like you're fixing to see a dead person.
Yeah. I mean, you should, like, if you're running up there, like, and then you see your car, and your car, like, the whole front is gone. Like, it's just gone.
Nasty.
Like, look, I literally, you yard sailed the turbo. I ran past the turbo like 300 feet back that way. And
it took forever to find my fuel pump. Like, so much stuff came off that damn thing.
Look at that, dude.
It's crazy looking. Like, that picture is gnarly.
And like, it's dark down there, so you can't see nothing, dude. It was dark when you finished, when you stopped. Like, you can't see anything, so you don't know. Like, you don't know if you're still in the car. Like, you don't know anything, and you're running up there. You know what I mean? So,
I didn't want to mess with the car at all. So a guy was nice enough on the record that they hauled the car off in to take it to their shop for a little bit. And I was going to come back and get it like the next day, but to be honest, I got home and I just didn't want to see the damn thing. Like, I didn't want to kind of face the whole situation, because I don't know. I'm not trying to sound like a bitch or nothing, but I mean, it's kind of like, so for the last 7 years, literally every single day of my life, I've had my hands on that car.
Yeah.
You know, so people who have kind of been there and done that and kind of put in the work and the time of something. It was, it wasn't, everyone's like, it's just a car. It wasn't just a damn car. Like nothing about that was just a car. Not only from how the car came about, and me and Chief were like the whole story about how me and Chief, how I even got involved with the TV show. Like there's just a lot of time with people I've known for over 20 years that's involved in that whole situation. Like I knew Tyler, who passed away, I knew him since I was 12 years old. So there was just a lot more involved. And in the last 7 years, I built that car like 14 times. So all that time, like my life's retirement, everything. I said I lost everything. I didn't mean like I wasn't trying to. It was like a metaphor. I'm still a very blessed, lucky guy. Like I walked out of that damn thing. But anyone that's ever had something they've put their entire heart and blood and sweat and soul and tears and money into understands when that kind of loss happens. It's like losing a damn part of your family. So that part sucks. But I will say two of the things that were crazy is the look on your face, and then in the passenger side, you're there. And I look over, and Jeff Lutz and Ryan Martin are there. And man, I swear this is going to sound really dumb, but the look on their face was like, you ever seen someone just completely terrified, but they're just pale white and looks like something bad's happened?
Yeah.
That's how both of them look. Everyone was like crying and they looked like that. So, and I was kind of thinking like, am I okay? Is this worse than I think it is? Because everyone, I guess from how bad the crash looked, everybody was expecting to see some really, some carnage. And, somehow, I don't know how the hell I didn't get tore up in that crash, man. But when it started to happen, like when the car started going, you've been there. There's a point where you're like, okay, I got it. And there's a point where you're like, yeah, we're fixing to crash. And so I had that, we're fixing to crash moment, and the car goes right, and I start hitting all that shit. And in my mind, it's happening. And after I hit the first bunch of stuff I hit, and the windshield and everything came out of the car, stuff was like hit me in the chest and it hurt like hell. So I just braced. I just grabbed a hold of the steering wheel and leaned back and braced up, because I saw the rest of it. I was going to keep hitting things. It wasn't just one. I hit all kinds of shit. And so I just kind of braced up and did that. But, it was, that's the one thing I remember is everyone's faces at my car when I was still strapped in that thing. Because that was, everyone looked scared shitless. It was a little different. That was a weird situation.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like I said, the main reason why everybody was just kind of like pale in the face and just kind of, we were scared was because it's pitch black down there and we can't see shit. We're just looking for you, and you're still in the car, and we're like, oh, fuck, is he knocked out?
That's not usually usually a good sign. Someone's still, so someone's still stuck in the car. It's like, uh-oh.
Yeah, dude. And I was like, are you okay? And you were just like, really slow. I was like, okay, he's moving. That's good. That's a good sign. That's a good sign.
I seriously remember seeing it at my window, and I was still checking to make sure I was okay. I looked over, and you were like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I think so." I was like, "I think I'm okay." You were like, "Really?" I was like, I said, "Get me the fuck out of this thing."
Yeah, you were like, "Get me out." I'm like, "All right, let's go."
Yeah, and so I've watched that video. I'm not going to say too much. I've got a clip of that, and I have watched it. How many times do you see me go through the finish line in the El Camino where you can see both doors? Like, how many times do you see me drive that car completely ridiculous?
I mean,
every time almost.
I mean, that's kind of that car's staple, right? I mean, it's just out of control, but it's out of control, but it's in control, if that makes any sense at all. Like,
yes,
you're just used to the car. Like this car behind me,
I've seen you. Oh yeah, I've seen you. I've seen you drive the shit out of that thing.
Yeah, like you can see both doors. You can probably see the front bumper because it's in a wheelie, and then this this, all in one pass, but it never feels out of control. You know what I mean? And I think you felt the same way with that car.
I wonder if part of me got to a place where like I wasn't really scared of that car anymore because I wasn't, and that might have had a little something to do with me, not really getting maybe out of the throttle like I should have. But I've watched that video 1,000 times and played back in my head the race and everything I did. And you know what I'd had to do to that car to make it go that hard, right? Like I would have had to take the wheel from like 6 o'clock back around to 5 to dart the car off in a field that hard. So and I know I sure as hell didn't do that. So I honestly can't tell you 100% what happened. I mean, if anything, about the second time it moved, I should have probably got out of the gas then and just let Damon have it. But even though I couldn't see the light, I just watched for him to move, and I was still right there. And I probably pedaled the car 4 times before it started getting really out of shape. Yeah. So I was like, well, if I can do that and stay with him, I'm going to try and drive through this. And at one point, the car started moving quite a bit. I was like, well, that curve is, I'm fixing to put myself in a direction towards that big ass curve right there. So in my mind, it was like, well, at this point, maybe I can keep the wheels going and swing it back to the left. But it didn't. When it decided to go right, I was just strapped in along for the ride at that point.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it bit and made a hard right. I see people asking about what exactly you hit. For those that have never been to filming, these roads we race on, there are telephone poles, there's ditches, there are all kinds of obstacles on the side of the road. And one of the things that film production crew does is they'll put rental cars in front of like these poles because I'll be honest, I would rather smack into a car than wrap around a pole or hit a bar ditch that's 5 feet deep. I'd rather hit a car and bounce off the car before I went in the bar ditch. So, with Kamikaze, with his wreck, he actually hit a rental car and totally just destroyed the rental car. Like I really hope
right through that sucker like that. I hit that thing. I saw it coming, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And I hit that thing, and I was like, "I smoked that fucker!" Like that was nothing. Like I hit that thing, and was like, "Jesus!" I didn't even slow down. I remember being in the car, and I hit that deal, and whatever the hell was behind it, because it was hard. Whatever behind that was really hard. So I went through the front of that deal where the motor was, and in my mind, I was like, "Damn, that didn't even slow me down." Like I remember seeing the suspension. It really didn't.
But what it did was, there was a telephone pole back there. There was a tower of power back there just waiting to fucking just get you, dude. And that damn rental car, like I'm telling you, you bounced off of it and then you hit the concrete barrier that was also blocking a bar ditch or whatever was back there. Like, dude, people always ask, why is all that cars and stuff on the side of the road? That's why that stuff is there. Like, dude, if you'd have hit that pole going that fast, like, dude, it would have seriously just turned the car and cut it in half. Like, dude, it would have cut it in half.
It would suck.
So, that's why it was crazy.
Like from a production standpoint, they're still a company trying to make a TV show, and they're not going to just sit there and throw caution to the wind and let one of us, get killed. We're already pushing our luck as it is. So they're trying to do some things to make somewhat safe and cover liability on their end. Plus, we're filming a show on a road in someone's actual town. Like it's not a damn airport where people want to say this. Like this is a real road in the middle of a town somewhere. So if we go ripping through a field at 150 miles an hour and drive through a damn building, they're going to have to fix a building. So, I understand that whole thing, and we signed up for this. We know what we're doing. So you strap in that car and you crash it and want to start pointing fingers and blaming somebody else. It's like no one forced me to get in that damn car. I knew exactly what I was doing and what could happen. And kind of going back to what you said about before that night. So I had snuck out there, and I'd made a pass on that road. I'm not going to lie, but there was a bridge at the shutdown. I literally jumped like a tabletop and had the El Camino on 2 wheels. And I was driving it so hard trying to slow it down then, I couldn't even pull the damn parachute. And I still didn't crash it doing that. But I get a little loose in the front for some reason. And after all these years of everything I've driven, I guess I'm going to try and hit everything I can on the right side of the road. But, that's another thing. But that's something. The car was brand new. So I had been pretty much for about 2 years building it to get it to a point where I was actually competitive. And I only had 3 runs on the car, period, before, like that was the 3rd pass in that car. Whereas that night, it would be changing everything. So I didn't have a lot of data. There was a lot of things I had sort of playing with the shocks. I pretty much unloaded the car and tried to make a pass. And I knew that I was out there, like, I was knifing a gunfight. Like I wasn't prepared. And so instead of just waiting and letting Damon call out the list and just doing my thing and testing and getting the car right, my pride got the best of me. And I was like, well, the worst is I'll lose and I'll call them out and, I'll make a shitty pass. But, you know how the story went. I ended up, crashing the car. So it's just kind of part of the game,
Yeah. I keep seeing a question. Who built the cage in the car?
So the original, I'll say this. That's one reason the car was it had enough bars to 25.1. The car was actually only started 25.5, I believe, or 25.3. But in the beginning, me and my buddy, like a childhood friend of mine named Les, were the ones that it was like a 6-point cage. There for most of the filming, like literally up until season 9 or 10, you saw the cage in that car. It was like a 6-point cage. Like it had nothing.
Yeah. It was pretty shitty.
And so yeah, like I went 430s in that car with a damn 8-point cage, not kidding you. And so
that's insane.
After time, we just kept adding bars. After all those builds, like we'd X the doors and do some stuff in the front, X underneath the car, and did the driver's side underneath the car, and then did the down bars in the back and back halved it and stuff. And then starting like motorsports in Missouri, did the funny car cage and some other stuff to help the car get certed. So the combination of the car was built so many times, it was just kind of scattered together little by little. But overall, that time there was actually a ton of bars. So the reason the car took the crash better than everyone thought it would is after that last 7 years of me building it, there was enough bars in that car that there was bars everywhere. It took the crash pretty well, to be honest. I mean, it took that hit pretty decent.
Well, yeah, it did, because you're still here able to talk to us, dude. Like, if it didn't do his job, then you wouldn't be here, man. Like, that's just, I hope you sent a message to the person that built the cage and was like, hey, man, thank you very much. You saved my life. Because that's, you know what I mean?
I felt badly even showing those guys, because that night I showed you guys a few pictures. I showed my childhood friends and stuff. I showed a few guys. I was like, yeah, so I did that. But I did. I thank the guys that built it. And, one thing I regret is usually I take the microphone. You know, like where mic's out there, and usually they'll put it in your back pocket. But when I usually drive something, I'll put it in my front pocket.
Yep.
So I have my suit on. I put my pants on, and I didn't take that damn microphone from my back pocket to my front. So swear to God, I broke my tailbone in that crash somehow, because somehow that damn microphone tried getting friendly. And son, that hurt. Like, that thing tried to get real friendly. That damn microphone hurt me.
Yeah. For those that are also wondering, how do they get all these sounds and, y'all can hear what we're saying on the show? Well, that's because they've got a microphone that's probably about, I don't know, it's probably about like that big. It's about the size of my phone. And they're like, all right, here you go. And they hand it to you. And you're just like, all right, where do I put this thing? And, you've got your racing suit on. You've got all your gear on. You're trying to figure out where to put it. And you got a strap in. You've got these wires everywhere. But yeah, man, I always like put mine in my front pocket, because if I get in a crash, I do not want to sit on that and have it, penetrate anything.
That damn thing hurt me, dude. Like, I didn't know my tailbone was broke until about a week after. I was sitting there and I was like, man, something ain't right. And so, not TMI, but that whole rig was pointing. That thing was pointing the wrong direction. I was like, yeah, it's broke. It's broke for sure. And so every once in a while, it started to get better, but every once in a while, if I drive or I sit down, I swear to God, that's so damn. It feels like someone kicked you in the ass all day. It's just stupid.
Well, I just see a comment here. They said you were trying to hide the mic in your prison wallet. I don't think that's very PG to be said on the video, but that's okay. That's where they said you were trying to hide it. So,
Nope. Not all this guy.
So all right. I saw something on eBay, and let's address that real quick, because I saw a lot of negative comments. Like, dude, I know you're not the guy to, try to take advantage of stuff like this. Like, I'm sure you were expecting to get maybe a couple $100 for the wheel, something like that, just like as a memento. I mean, dude, this is insane. That is insane right there, dude.
That caught me off guard. Like, I can't describe it. So if anyone actually has known me or been around me for a long amount of time or knows who I am as a person, I'm probably the last guy in the world that will take a damn thing from anybody. Like, I hate it. I have a lot of pride, and I'm proud of it. So what happened at one time, me and believe it or not, I didn't post this wheel for sale. Jeff, or Asian from the show, is the one that did this. He came by the shop one night, and we're bouncing ideas off each other and stuff like that. We're all staring at the car. And I'm trying to figure out how the hell I'm going to try and buy something else and what I'm going to do. And most people don't know this either. I usually do a lot of charity work, like at least once a month or so. I do a charity thing for somebody, but I don't post it because I'm not looking for a pat on the back. I try and do it to actually pay some things forward, because I feel like I'm a pretty lucky guy. So,
yeah.
Anyways, long story short, Jeff got a hold of that wheel. I saw it. We took some pictures. This was like right after the crash when I took that picture. And he posted it up, and then he didn't tell me. Like, about 10 o'clock at night, I grabbed a hold of my phone, working on my car, and I saw where I was tagged by him and the guys, with their deal. And I was like, holy crap, And then the next day, I was thinking like you, 200, 300, 400 bucks, maybe 500. And I was just going to donate to charity. I wasn't even going to take it.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, it hit 10 grand. And I'm being a smart ass, because I'm like, there's no way in hell this thing's going to bring any money. And I was like, if this thing makes 10,000 bucks, like, I'll drive to someone's house and deliver it my damn self, But next thing you know, it's at 15. And it's pretty shocking, because like you said, I don't get a lot of negative stuff. I'm not the kind of guy. I don't go around poking people and talking crap. I learned at a younger age that nothing makes you look more stupid than saying you're going to do something. Like, okay, there's a guy. I was a little guy, so I got picked on a lot. If some big guy at school was picking on me, I learned real fast after I ran my mouth when I was a kid, telling some guy I was going to whip his ass, and he beat the crap out of me. That's how I felt stupid. So after that one little lesson there, I figured out I'm the kind of guy who I'd rather do something and then like shit show after I win. Like I'd be a bad winner instead of running my mouth before. So I don't catch a whole lot of negative comments and stuff, but you get some people on there that want to say crap like taking advantage of my fans or I've got discovery money or this or that. I mean, it's like if I had money, people would know. Like I'm not a liar. I'm not a fake ass guy. So if I had a bunch of money or doing something, people would definitely know without a doubt. But some of it's funny because I go on there and say something back to one of those idiots that made a negative comment, and the people that follow my page would destroy these bastards. Oh my God. Like one of them got 3,000 comments of everyone telling this guy how stupid he was. And I was like, yes.
Yeah, that's right, man. Yeah. People got your back, but dude, good for you, man. Like I'm happy to see that. Something good comes out of that. That's a good thing. So look, I mean, what's next? Like what is your new car? Can you tell me what your new car is? We need a drink.
Yeah,
drink. Hang on.
There you go. Oh, you got a can now. You're Coors man.
Well, no, I'm changing it up. The Rocky Mountains are still blue, by the way. So
I'm a Miller. I'm a Miller guy. I'm not very sophisticated. I'm a simple. So I'll drink a beer with you.
Well, it could be worse. You could be drinking a Chickalobe. So it's all good.
At least you're with me on that. I can't stand that beer. Who the hell drinks that stuff? Anyways. Yeah, so the new car. So after I crashed the elco, I kind of sat there. I moped around for about a week. And I'm kind of the guy where it's like, I can't do anything moving forward looking back. So I pouted and did my thing, stared at the car at the shop every day, and kind of tried picking a direction and decided I was just going to get my ass back to work. And I started hustling. I went and did a bunch of stuff, did some charity, got back to work, sold some parts, started saving money. And I'm sure you might remember a couple years ago when that's why I brought that race up when I scattered the rods and the elco the first time with the big block, is like the next race was in Ohio, I believe. And some guys I met from up north in the Michigan area just asked me to ride to the race with them. And before they left, they were like, hey, bring your suit. And so I was kind of like, okay. And so I get out there, and it's a C5 Corvette that's got a MUC 903 with like 5 kits on it. And so I was like, well, hey, here we go. This is a hot rod. This is badass. And so
the fast car.
We worked out a deal, and they asked me to drive it. And so since then, there was a small tire car back then, but I'm not gonna lie, that car was still damn fast. That car was as fast as the elco on big tires. Yeah, it was as fast as the elco on big tires. It was on smalls. Yeah, it was a fast car. Yeah.
Yep.
And so that kind of happened, and I drove the car up there, jumped in it unseen, put my suit on, got up there, jumped in the car, made a pass, and we became friends with those guys, throughout that whole deal. And so as soon as I crashed, the next day it got out really fast. I was really surprised how fast me crashing got out to people, because the next morning about 10 a.m., my phone starts blowing up, and I'm driving somewhere that evening, and the guys that own that car called me and were like, hey, why don't you buy this? And I'm just like laughing, like, yeah, right. There's not a chance in hell I can afford that car. Yeah. And so they said, no, we'll make you a deal. We're making some changes and doing some different stuff, and we like how much you cared about it, and we want to see in this thing. We know it's a good car, so we'll make you a deal. And they did. So I started saving some money, went to work, and then eventually went up there and got it. And it's just it's a 2002 C5 Corvette. And the cool thing is it's kind of like the elco, but not the elco. It still has the factory rockers. Those are factory doors, factory recorders. That's the factory deck lid with an optic armor glass in it. And it still has a removable factory top. Like you can still use the factory levers inside there and pull the top off that thing. So it's really badass. And the cool thing about this car is light. Like it's ceramic bearings. It's got good shocks. It's got a good chassis. It's just a way better platform than anything I've ever owned personally. So the cool thing is, as much as this crash was awful and losing the elco is like damn near undescribable, and all the stuff that's happened since and everything I've gone through, man, I think all said and done, it's kind of funny because all the people that are probably thinking I was finished or talking shit and everything else, I'm thinking to come out of this deal even better and twice as fast. Like I'm going to come out of this thing next, hopefully this year, and stomp the shit out of some people. So, yeah,
no, man, that's a good looking car. So my question is, did it come like standard issue with like some new basic shoes, jean shorts? What about, did it come with the cell phone clip that you clip on your belt right here? You know what I'm saying? Like right there. Or like a tucked in collared shirt? Like, is this all standard equipment that it came with, or is that?
I've been buying stuff. I went to Target and like Burlington Coat Factory and was looking at some Levi shorts and everything, man, because I gotta play the part. You can't be out there half-assing stuff. If we're gonna go old man vet, I'm gonna go old man gear. So be ready to see me at No Prep Things are on the street. I'll be in some shorts and some damn white socks with blue stripes and some Velcros. I'm gonna play the part, man. You got to do it. Can't go half-ass.
Yeah, you got to make sayings like "Hell yeah, it's fast," or "Gonna put the pedal to the metal." You got to say
race
dumb
for
shit
pink,
like that.
race for pink slips.
Yeah, race for pink.
Race for pink.
Yeah.
You ever had a dumbass tell you something? You ever had one of these guys tell you that? Or race for pink. And it's like my title is green, dumbass. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh shit. No, man, that's awesome though. I'm glad you got another car. I know the car. That thing is fast. The guys that owned it before, they're good people. They had their shit together. So, yeah, they're definitely good dudes. So I'm happy.
They had a program. They had some nice stuff. I wish I could have kept. I'm not gonna lie. It'd been really cool to get a hold of that 903 that was in that thing.
Yep. So
because I'm not gonna lie. As much as I like everything else, I still like nitrous too. It's loud and there's fire, so it's kind of my thing.
Yeah. Who doesn't like fire and loud?
Yeah.
It's got a purge button. You can purge it.
Yeah. Yeah. Bang it through the motor. You got to bang it through the motor.
I would need a whole bottle just for that. Like, I would have 2 bottles, one for the actual pass, and then one just to bang it through the motor like repeatedly. Just keep on doing it till that whole bottle's empty.
I used to bang that when we first started driving the Elco. I used to bang that thing through the motor. I'd look at Chief; he'd get so damn pissed off. I'd hold it about $5,000.
Well, yeah,
and just sit there and smack that. But yeah, I'd smack it. It would go to like 8,000. There was like a 500 shot in that thing, and he's just looking at me like, "What are you doing?" I'm like making eye contact, and just hitting the button like, "Yeah, you fucking like it. Shut up." And it was I used to always like fucking with him because we first started driving that car. He asked me to. We went to go test it, and I didn't know how to turn. I didn't know anything was at. Like what switches you turn on or anything. So like you ever watch some of the old episodes, you see him open the door and look in there, and that's me and him going, "Is everything turned on?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then grab the brake and let it rip. But when I first started driving that car, I used to have a blast banging that damn thing through the motor. It was cool because the whole car would like rock over because the suspension sucked so bad. The whole thing like tried to flip over and stuff. It was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny, man. But hey, look, you got to keep it classy now because you're an effing vet, man. You got to keep it classy. Business.
No,
all business.
Be honest. Does a vet? Did you ever think you'd see me in a vet?
No, never, ever.
It's weird because I don't think you'd see me in like a flat black El Camino either because I've always been like a Malibu G-body guy. I don't know. I've always liked cars. I think people probably wouldn't think it fits me. I told Justin I got a vet. He's like, "Yeah, you're kind of a vet guy." I was like, "Shut up." But or chief, I mean. But I don't know. I think it's growing on me because that car has a different look. It doesn't look like most vets. It's kind of got like a different raw, kind of nasty, pissed off look to it.
Yeah. No, man. I mean, I'm sure you'll put your touch on it though. I mean, it's a nice car. Like I've looked all around that car. It's a super nice car. It's well built.
Yeah.
You're going to be safe in it. It's, I think it's safer than the El Camino was. I mean, dude, it's a good, so you did good on it, man.
I'm proud of it. I'm pretty stoked. I feel like, for everything I've gone through to get into something like that, I'm pretty damn lucky, man. I can't complain.
Yeah. So, what's the combination going to be, or is that top secret information?
I mean, I'll be honest. I honestly haven't made my mind up yet. I know what combo I want to go with, but looking at how everything is and maintenance on the car and how stuff kind of works out, I'm not sure it's something I could do because I don't have. I'm kind of like you, man. Like you sitting there in your shop, it's kind of me. Like I don't have I've got some friends and they're not working and their wives aren't getting pissed off and stuff like that. They'll come by and help me do stuff, but for the most part, I kind of try and run things to a place where, if I go by myself, I'll be okay. So a big screw blown carbon hat, like, blown Hemi would be probably, something I'd like. Something I'd like to have because I think it just kind of fits me as a person. But and I've never had that combo. And then I love the turbo stuff. I wanted a turbo car since I was young. All I've ever had was nitrous cars. As far as you've known me, I've never had anything turbo. So I finally got to build the turbo motor I wanted. But now going forward, it's all kind of dependent on money. Like right now I'm in a place where I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to finish the car, where my budget is and how a few things are going. So I'm just cleaning up stuff on the car and doing a few things and trying to figure stuff out. But I mean, turbo or blower, it's kind of depend on finances, to be honest. So I'd be lying if I told you. I know what I want to do, but I might hold off on that, and not stick my foot in my mouth just yet.
For sure. No, I get it, man. No, hey man, I appreciate you giving us at least that much information on the car. You know, I think a screw blown Hemi would be like so rowdy and obnoxious, it would fit you perfectly.
Yeah, perfect. It'd be perfect.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to see a damn thing. All right, go ahead.
No, of course not. You don't need to see nothing. You just go when the other guy goes, and you're good. Yeah.
You can tell when you're going straight. Like as long as you feel like you're going straight, hell with it. Dude, there was a time. There was a time we were so after New Orleans, that first race. Remember we went down there and the roll bar in the car broke and went all freaking crazy and I almost flipped it over?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. So we got back. I was so pissed off. We left New Orleans and I drove all the way home mad as shit and went to Chief and Sean's shop and I did a few things on the car and they were like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm fixing to go out here and test." And so it's the road right in front of their shop. And they're like, what are you doing with the tune-up? And I was like, "Leaving it alone." And they think I'm an idiot. And I swear to God, I get out there, do a burnout, back up bare concrete, and the Elco did the biggest, stupidest wheelie I've ever seen on the street in my life. Like I was in high gear, it never came down. And Monkey was there, and Chief was there, and Murder Noah was there, and a few of my other friends were all there. And all their video cameras just point down, and you can hear them go, "Oh my God!" And you can hear me shift, and the thing just stays in the air the whole time, and it landed. And no one got my wheelie video, but you can. My point of that is you can tell when you're going straight. You don't have to see anything. Like you kind of know.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, I don't know. But
no, man. But I'm sure whatever you pick will be fast as shit. And now you've got time to make it right. You don't have to feel rushed. You don't have to feel like you're always thrashing on it. You can kind of take your time and do your thing, and then bring it out. And like you said, whip some ass, shut all these people up, and be faster than El Camino ever went. So
yeah, I think I've got a chance with this car to do some pretty big things. I think it's aerodynamic. It's got a different wheelbase. The chassis is a lot better. The car is extremely light. All that stuff's going to be there. And one thing I'm really proud about the Elco is me doing all the work I did to it and setting the chassis up and the whole thing after all that time. I was in left field a bunch. You saw me chasing my ass in circles like an idiot. But the cool thing, I just kept pushing forward with it. So I've learned a lot since then. So now, after all these years, one thing I can say is, as much as the Elco was tough to figure out because there was nothing like that car, like nothing you could take from another car would relate to that one as far as data I could use to set that car up. So I got to trying to figure out how to make a really piece of shit car get right. And so the cool thing with this car is it's not a piece of crap. So I can now I think I have a lot better idea what the hell I want to do or how I want to do it. And so I think it's going to help me not be as in left field near as much. I think this car should be pretty fast without me chasing myself in circles 2 years because God, that's why these wrinkles, this hair and the wrinkles, that's from. It's from the Elco. That's that.
We don't need no more of that. Don't need no more hair and wrinkles, or you need more hair, less wrinkles.
Yeah.
So
perfect. Exactly.
Yeah, no more stress for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to shift gears on you now. So, when was the last time you've been to a illegal cash days in DFW?
Like the race in it?
Or just been there to watch, whatever.
I think the last one that I went to in Texas would have been the one we all raced in. The one Limpy flagged it. I went to the third round. It's the one that I want to say it was probably 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? The one that had that really crappy road?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember it.
It was like uphill and bumpy. Yeah. Someone, I forgot who it was, went off in the field and missed the gas thing. And then there was a real bad bump in the left lane because I was in that left lane and hit that thing in high gear. And I swear to God, my car bunny hopped like 2 feet in the air.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I raced, I forgot who I raced first round, but that was a good one. There was a lot of people.
Look, I'm going to tell you, shit has changed a little bit. Like right now in the small tire world of street racing, there's a car. Yeah, there's a car out of Kansas that is fast on small tires. Ryan Mitchell is right now. I mean, there's no dispute about it. He's the fastest small tire on the street right now.
That thing is stupid.
It's amazing. Like he has his program together, and he came down this last weekend and raced in a cash days flagged by Limpy. It was kind of ran by a different guy, but Limpy flagged it. Now, whenever we race small tires, the rules have always been small tire has always been a 29.5, 10.5 non-W. That's always been the rules.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Like,
yep. 100%. Always. Yeah. Like, from like 20 years ago, 29.5, 10.5 was always that was it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, they had this race, and I'm going to show you a video real quick of Ryan racing a local DFW car in the first round. I'm going to show that video now, and we'll talk about it.
Okay.
So, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell from that angle, but Ryan Mitchell missed the tune-up and knocked the tires off and actually lost that race to a local DFW car. Like, dude, I watched it in person, sitting there. I mean, the guys on the other car were having the Super Bowl celebration, rightfully so. The dragon had been slain, the king had been bested. Like the world has come to an end. It has stopped rotating because Ryan Mitchell has lost on the street to a small tire car, and he just got beat, right? So, but
damn it, tell me who beat him. Who the hell was that?
But wait a minute. Hang on.
Okay.
Come to find out, the car that beat him was not on a legal tire.
Oh, fuck that guy. What? Who did that?
So, let's show the picture of the tire with some stuff shaved off of it. Let me see if I can show that first. There we go. So for those that can barely see it, right there next to the 1 and 5, there's a letter that goes there. And what letter is that, Chris? Do you know?
Yeah, 29.
Well, right there next to the 1-5 is a W. There's supposed to be a W there.
Hold on.
But they shaved it off.
Oh God, I see it right there, like right in front of my face.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see in this picture, but what they did was they showed up on a W and they shaved the W off to where all you saw was 29.5, 10.5, right? So it looks like it's legal. You know what I mean? Looks like a legal tire. Looks like a tire that, everybody else is on if you look on the side of the tire. However, I'll show you the next picture how you can tell a W tire.
They're huge.
Well, they're huge. Yeah, that's one way. But a W tire always has these little lines on them on the top, like 3 little lines. So that's how you can tell someone's on a W tire. So for those that are trying to put on a street race in the future and your rules say, non-W tires allowed, if you see these little lines on there, someone's trying to pull a fast one. So be sure to check that. Anyways, long story short, the poor guy from DFW ended up getting disqualified. Ryan Mitchell got the win in the first round, and Ryan Mitchell went on to win the entire race and take home I don't know, $5,000 or $6,000. So it just goes to show, he didn't need to have those tires on. He would have beat Ryan on a legal tire. And, part of me feels bad for him on that side of things. But the other side of it is, just that
fucking street racers.
They're street racers. You can't bash. I'm not trying to bash the hustle. I'm not trying to. I get it. Yeah. I get it.
Yep.
But you know what? These guys, if you get caught, you got to own it. And these guys did not want to own it. They were just fighting.
They argued it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh yeah. God. They tried to argue.
That's how you get in a fight. That's how a fight breaks out. That's fighting shit.
Yeah. Dude, okay, like I said, you hustle, you got caught. At that point, you're just like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I did it.
Yeah, we're those guys. We'll own it.
Yeah, we'll own it, and it goes over so much better if you handle it that way versus trying to say, I don't know what you're talking about, or the rules didn't say that, or I didn't know you couldn't have W's in this small tire race, or it came that way from the factory, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, there's two ways you can. There's only two directions you can be. Like either you own it and people respect you because you're the guy who's out there trying to do what it takes to win, whether it's shady or not, or you look like an asshole. And like there's no two ways. Like either you look like an asshole by trying to deny it when it's blatantly obvious, or people are like, yeah, you're kind of a cheating, son of a what, but we get it. Like you're out here trying to do something to win. So, I mean, I think owning that would have probably been the better play if it was me. But hey,
dude, I'm gonna tell you, like, they tried to get out of it every way possible, left and right. They started measuring everybody else's tires, and we're just like, well, this tire over here is this size, and it's like, dude, it really doesn't matter. The point is, you're on a tire that is specifically not allowed in small tire street racing, at least down here in Texas. And again, street racers are going to hustle. They're going to try to get every advantage they can, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But I do have a problem with not owning it once you get caught. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're on the blue collar street racing page, but those guys have been absolutely just railing this dude for like 3 straight days with memes.
Dude, they go hard on people sometimes. I was even scared after my crash when I was all butthurt and kind of like, there was something in my eye. You saw there's a little something in my eye, just some dirt.
Yeah.
I wasn't crying. There was dirt in my eyes. And I was like, man, these blue collar assholes are fixing to meme the shit out of me. And I'm glad somebody there had some mercy. Because I was seriously expecting the next day after they showed the episode, when I'm all moping around like a bitch, I was like, dude, these assholes, I'm about to fight one of these guys because someone's going to go hard on me. But, dude, I follow that stuff. I haven't been on the internet much in about 4 or 5 days. I've been working on my car. But, I mean, you do shit like that. Those guys, they're going to get you. Like, they live for it.
Dude, hey, that page is like the ultimate troll page. Like,
oh, it's bad. It's bad.
They latched onto this and have just been straight. It's been like a full court press on this poor guy. And my whole thing is,
he asked for it. He asked for it. Dude, he's got to take it.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like those guys on that page, I mean, they're all good guys. They are.
They're not bad.
And they jump on it. And that's just what they do. And you make it worse. Like I said, if you'd have just said, hey, yeah, I did that. Like, what can they say at that point? There's like really nothing you can say. Like, I did it. I'm sorry. My bad. Won't do it again.
Or I did it. Fuck you. I got caught. Next time you ain't going to catch me. You can be that guy too.
Yeah. Just own it. That's my whole thing. Own it.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, dude, every excuse in the book, they were just like, well, the rules didn't specify, so we thought it was legal. It's like, well, okay, why'd you shave the W off then if you thought they were legal? It's like there's so many rebuttals to their.
It's so bad.
It was a fiasco, but I hope they have learned their lesson and won't do that again because they have just been absolutely bashed completely on the internet. So, but
in our world, you know as well as I do, and like our scene, this whole world, you gotta have thick skin because like you're gonna fuck up real bad somewhere or something, and people are gonna trash on you for like a week. And I mean, my whole thing is if it's funny, you go personal, someone's family, someone's chick, you go at stuff like that. That's like a no-go zone for me. And most time, no one really goes there unless they're just a dumbass. But you gotta have thick skin with this thing. And I'm the kind of guy where people, like I said, I don't get a whole lot of negative stuff. Every once in a while, I'll get, you'll get someone that wants to come on there, and I can't tell if they're just trying to jab me to make me respond to them, or if it's actually someone who's dumb enough to say the ignorant shit some of these people say sometimes. But my thing is, like, don't dish it out if you can't take it. Like, you go out there, and if you do something like try and cheat and get caught, like, don't get butthurt when you get destroyed or, whatever it is. Or if you go on there trashing someone, and then someone makes a damn fool out of your ass, like, don't dish it out if you can't take it. That's why I try and keep my mouth kind of shut, because me talking crap, like, I'm actually really sarcastic and can really lay some terrible one-liners out there, but I'm not real good at being nice. Like, I'm not real funny. Like, I'll trash someone pretty bad, and I try not to be a dick. So I try to kind of chill back and not be an asshole when I'm talking to people about stuff.
Yeah, man. I mean, that, it's all good. It's just the way they handled it. And I keep seeing some questions in the comments over here like, hey, what is a W? I guess I didn't clarify that, but for those that don't know, 29.5, 10.5 W is actually like a cheater slick. It's wider. It's wider
Yeah.
than 10.5 is what it is. So
It's
that's
like
why
it's like an Outlaw 10.5 tire. It's huge.
yeah, it's a big tire. It's pretty big. So it's way
Yeah.
bigger than like a 28 10.5 or a normal 29.5 10.5 tire. They're just big tires, right? So that's why the line in the sand is drawn there, not allowing W's because they're a wider tire. Like you said, they're a cheater slick. Is what they are. So hope that explains it for you guys over there.
Have you seen that one black Mustang, the nitrous car? I don't want to say its name, but it's black something. It's a nitrous small tire Fox body. It's a bluer color Fox body. I forgot the guy's name. It's called black. It's black bitch, but it's spelled with like an E or a 3, I think.
Where's it from?
Have you seen how fast? They're from Missouri. Have you seen how fast that damn thing is? Oh my god.
Oh, you're talking about Kendall Goin.
Yep, that car is ridiculous. That damn thing rolls out. That Casey and Max car rolls out. There's a couple guys here in Oklahoma City that are damn fast. And then Texas always had a real fast small tire game. So like these main 3 states, and then you go real far east or west or north, there's still some legit badass, crazy fast small tire stuff. I miss it. Like me and you used to always be the only small tire guys left. And I'm not gonna lie, this big tire stuff's cool and all, but dude, I miss small tire stuff, but I can't stand it.
Me too, man. That's why I'm trying to get this thing back going. Like it is.
I'm so jealous.
Close. It's extremely close. I'm going to try to run with those guys. I'm going to try to run, with Ryan Mitchell's, the Kendall Goins. Like that's my plan with this car back here. I'll try to run with DFW guys. They can leave their W's on. I don't give a shit. But I'm going to try to run with those guys. That's what I want to do, right? I mean, that's the whole purpose of this car is to do that style of racing. So, man, I'm in. How many
passes that yellow car's made? Like how many street passes that damn yellow car's made?
I don't know. I lost track, dude. It's to the point where I have to like replace rods mid-season. That's where I was at with that car because I was just hammering it every weekend during the week, testing, racing on the weekend, testing on the weeknights, and then racing on like it was that cycle, and it just man.
You remember that one time me and you were like, was it St. Louis? Where the hell were we at? Me and you racing out there.
Oh yeah. Oh man. I forgot about that.
That was badass.
So, okay, I wish I had the video loaded, but I don't. But me and Kamikaze, we were supposed to film in St. Louis, and for whatever reason, it got canceled for weather, some BS reason. We were supposed to race the Chicago guys for a rematch on the OG 405 show. It got canceled on Saturday night, and me and you were like, fuck that, we're not going home. Like, we're going to race one of you bastards. We're going to race you before we leave. And that's what we did. Like, you raced a guy that goes by the name of Oz. He had a LT model Camaro with a giant turbo. That car was fast.
That car was fast. He about had my ass.
Yeah, you raced him in broad daylight on a Sunday morning. It was Sunday morning, dude. It was like 10 in the morning. You raced him. And then we went to the race spot to where we were going to film at, and I raced Hey Yo Steve from Chicago on that road in broad daylight.
It's like starting to try and sprinkle. It was super sketch.
It was sprinkling. Yeah, this was the most gangster shit ever. I'll be sure to share the video on my YouTube, but like it was the most gangster shit ever. And dude, everybody else like rolled home, but dude, we were like, F that. We're here.
Yeah, I remember me and you. We talked the night before and went to the room. It was like 4 or 5 in the morning. We tried racing that night before we filmed, and the cops kept busting us. Because Chief's like, hey, where you at? We pulled up in there, and I'm like, I'm unloading this shit. Chief's like, what are you doing? I was like, find me a race. Let's get something done. So I'm unloading the El Camino, and everyone's standing there, and we kept moving. The cops kept busting. So finally, about 5 in the morning, we go back to the room. Wake up the next morning because it's checkout time, and I'm starting to hit the highway. And I'm like trying to find these guys. I remember I texted. I was like, where you at? And you're like, I'm just a little bit ahead of you. And so I pulled into a gas station to see a Waffle House, and I see those guys' cars there. And I was like, Boosted, turn the fuck around. I found them. And you're like, okay. And I was like, sweet, he's coming back. And so everyone else already shagged asses like halfway home. And then you were there. And so we just got it done right there in broad daylight. That was a good time. That was cool as hell.
Dude, I don't even think we raced them for any money. We just raced them. No. I don't think I raced STOC for any money. I just raced them just to race them. Like, it's the most.
They were in a Waffle House. I walked right to the fucking Waffle House and I was like, hey, you gonna race that car still? And they were like, what? And I was like, let's go. And they were like, okay, fuck it. And so I gotta get them there too, because they didn't back down. They kind of looked like I was an idiot. But then they were like, all right, let's go do it. So we went right there and got it done. I waited for you to come up there, and me and you and my buddy got my car down. Then I followed you across town, and me, you, and who was there with you? Was it Juan?
It was Juan.
Yep. Yeah. Me, you, and old Juan went up there in the middle of daylight. There's there's a shot of your car racing with a giant lightning strike in the background. It was fixing to rain on. That was so damn. That was one of the coolest things I probably did as far as this show racing, traveling around.
Yeah, dude, that was gangster shit. You know, I miss that, and
yeah, I miss that.
You know, that's why I want to get this back going. That's what this car is set up for. It's set up for that, you know, dicey, sketchy street, you know, back of the track stuff, asphalt, like that's its jam back there. So it was
so much fun.
I'm excited.
Yeah, that was so much fun back then doing that, because you know, at that point the cars weren't insane where you're like you said, putting rods on. You could actually just race. You had to work them a little bit, but it wasn't like we're tearing the heads off these things every 3 passes. You know, it was a way more fun.
Yeah.
And they were still pretty fast. And
yeah, exactly. They were fast. I mean, the Elco and my car. I mean, it was fast. They were both fast. Like they weren't.
Yeah, they
slow
both did run good. Yeah.
Yeah.
My car was so loud back then. Remember how loud that damn thing was?
Yeah. Yeah. I thought like the cops and people were going to come just from how loud it was. You're like doing a burnout. God, I was like, oh my God, they can hear it.
That thing echoed. Yeah, I think it echoed for like miles away. I remember even like back when Murder Nova first started coming around, and he went to that Pro Charger on his big block in that Nova. I was in my house there in Mustang, and seriously, I think 2 miles away, I hear this dumbass roll the gas on, and I call him. I'm like, "Is that you?" He was like, "Yeah." It's like, "Where are you at?" He's like, "I'm on Airport Road." He was seriously like 2 miles from my house. I swear to God, it shook the little shanty I lived in like the damn tornado was coming through there. It was. I can't imagine how loud the El Camino was driving around with those damn zoomies.
It was loud, dude. I'd stood right next to it while you did a burnout. It was loud as shit.
It's gnarly. Yeah, it's super loud.
Man, dude, that's that's what happened here. That's the small tire racing world. You need to get you a set of wheels that will fit small tires for your vet and will accompany your cell phone clip that you have on your belt.
And the white socks.
And white socks and new basics or balances or whatever the hell they're called, and come do some small tire racing too.
Like I guarantee you, I've already got a set of wheels for it. It will be on small tires. My whole plan probably eventually will be, I'll probably end up. You know, there's plans for something with the Elco in the future. So it's something I'm going to get back to racing again and stash some money, and then kind of get to a place where I can really figure out what direction I want to go if you're replacing the El Camino and stuff like that with a big tire car. And so I'll go that direction with that. But my whole thing then is to put the vet back on some smalls, because man, that's kind of my home, to be honest. I'm more of a small tire guy than anything.
Yep. I hear you, man. Well, hey, we got one more thing to talk about, and that's that damn Moroso box. What's in there? Everybody wants to know what is in the Moroso box.
Should I flip it around so you can see like what it is or what?
Yeah, flip it around. Show us.
Let me see. At least if I can do this without tearing stuff up. I don't know how to swing my phone around here. Let me see.
Or just turn around and have you facing the box.
Okay.
Do like a selfie style.
Like this? Like that?
Yeah, like that.
Let's see what's in that box. Here's my table. We got NHRA. We got National Dragster. I've got a candle so my house don't smell. And then we got yeah. Beautiful. I'm gonna get something to open this with. Hold on a second. You're gonna see my seating now.
Go get you something to open with.
Yeah, shut up.
All right, we're gonna look at Kamikaze's ceiling real quick. If y'all notice, he had a candle. It turns out the candle came with the Corvette as well. That's another part of that standard issue equipment. So again, he got the New Balance shoes, the cell phone clip, the polo shirt tucks into his jorts, which are jean shorts. He's got the white like shin high socks, and the candle came with the vet. So like he is ready to drive a vet. He kind of looks like a vet driver too. He needs to like spike his hair up more though to really get like the Corvette look, and maybe get like some one of those shades that are real skinny looking shades. Then he'll have like
the whole. See if you can see it now. David, can you see it?
Yeah.
Is that working?
What is it?
I'm pretty sure it's a valve cover, but hold on.
Let's see what kind.
I'm trying.
Man, I'm so excited. The anxiety is killing me.
I've been waiting for these for so long, you have no idea. Oh man. There you go.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh boy.
Okay. So if you have valve covers that look like that.
Yeah, you know what those go on, right?
Yeah, I know what those go on. I know what those go on. I ain't gonna say nothing though. I ain't gonna say nothing. I know what those go on.
Is it not crazy? Did you ever think that like we would have like a Hemi in something? Like who the like if my dad or people were around and realized I had like a Brad Hemi in my car, that is stupid. Those are so sexy. Look at that. Oh baby.
They are.
Thanks, Moroso. Been waiting on these for a cool minute.
Those are nice, man.
Yeah,
those
buddy.
nice.
I'm happy about that. Here we go. A little bit of yeah. Now we're life's complete right now. Let's do this.
That's the picture there. Hell yeah.
Living the dream right there. That's me right now.
Man, you look good. I took a picture of it. You look great.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
Yeah, you look great. Yeah, I did. Hell yeah, I did.
I should have shaved my beard. Should have cleaned the beard up a little bit.
Nah, you look good, man.
Thanks,
All
buddy.
right, Kamikaze, Mr. Chris Day. Any shout outs? What's your webpage? How can I buy a Kamikaze shirt? How can I buy a Kamikaze hat? How can I buy a Kamikaze cell phone clip? Where do I get this stuff from?
Oh, I've got a webpage for the merchandise stuff. That's just kamikazemotorsports.com. And then I finally got a shop because working on my car in their garage, I was seriously getting the cops called on me like every 2 days and getting tickets and crap. So I had to get a place to work on my car. And so I've got a little shop, but it's small. It's not like a place where people can come hang out and stuff. But Kamikaze Motorsports is where you can buy merch. And then, Facebook's Kamikaze Chris and Instagram is SO Kamikaze Chris. And, I don't think I'm too hard to get a hold of. But, yeah, if people want to go, buy some merch, that'd be cool because I need to fix my car. So Kamikaze Motorsports is that for the merchandise. And then, I guess right now I'm pretty thankful for Moroso because you have no idea how bad I need these damn valve covers. Now I'm getting pretty close to having a motor together again.
Nice.
Yeah, that's going to be badass. I'm glad these finally came in because they told me it was in like 2 or 3 months.
Really? Well, I'm glad you got it, man.
Me
Hell
too,
yeah.
brother.
So there you go. That's how you do it. We found out what was in the box. We found out that it looks like Kamikaze Chris has got a valve cover that potentially looks like a Hemi valve cover, but we can't confirm or deny that. And y'all also found out where to get his merch and his Shanghai socks from. He gave you the website. So, hey, man, anything else you want to talk about? If not, that's all we got.
I could probably talk about a ton of stuff at me and you going back so far, but thanks for having me on, and I appreciate everyone with all the good, positive support. And like I said, literally most of the comments, 98% of stuff I get is pretty positive. So for all you guys out there who don't get on my page and waste your time talking shit being dumb, I appreciate you guys who have the positive comments, and thanks, Chris, for bringing me on. And guarantee next one of those mega cash days you have, but I hope I'm there, man.
Yeah, dude, for sure. You'll always, as far as I'm concerned, if I put on a race, you'll always, get the invite. I know who has been real and who chases stuff. So you put your time in on the street, like there's no doubt about it. So for sure, if I ever put a race on, you're invited. So that's no problem at all. But with that being said, that's all I got. I appreciate y'all watching, and we'll see you again next Tuesday. Thanks, Chris. Take it easy.
Yeah, buddy. See you, brother. Later.